Hello everybody, welcome back to the Pokevlog. So, there's an event going on and we're going to talk about that today, but first we got to go get to a raid while the getting's good. So, see you guys there. Okay, so we're waiting on the rest of the crew as far as starting the raid, so we might as well go over the event right now. So, right now, from the 20th to the 26th, so maybe not right now because you guys might get the video a little bit late, but Pokemon Go is hosting the Global Catch Challenge. Now, what the goal of this is to get 3 billion catches by the 26th. So, they have reward tiers set up for this, kind of like they did with Chicago Fest. The rewards are as follows. For 500 million catches, it's 2 times XP and 6-hour lures. I don't know how I feel about that because that just means like 5.5 hour bans if they don't get it right this time. For 1.5 billion is 6-hour lures, 2 times XP, and 2 times Stardust. And we know we all want that. Now for the 3 billion, what we're really working for here, we're going to get all the previous stuff, plus for 48 hours, Farfetch'd will be available globally, and Kangaskhan will be available in East Asia. I don't know why just East Asia and they don't make him global too, but Farfetch'd globally, guys, that is dope. So till the 26th, we got some reason to play. And, I mean, an event's not the only thing that dropped, though. Snow has dropped as well. So, we needed a boost. We definitely needed something to get us going and getting out there. But, is it going to be enough? I don't know. I guess we're going to have to see. I've already started catching, so I'm going to keep on doing that. But I'm going to go ahead and get this raid done. Come back to you guys with some more after that. Okay, you guys, so came back to the pad because the cold is just juicing my batteries out, and there wasn't a whole lot going on anyway after that raid, so I failed at that raid, but we did hit another one, and I caught the Suicune, but he was junk IVs anyway, so go figure. So, now that we've talked about the event, I want to talk about a little bit of drama surrounding the event, much less rant about Niantic a little bit. So, if you guys hate it when I go off about Niantic, that's what the rest of the video is, so don't bother. So when Niantic announced this, they did so with a video, and it involved a lot of other Pokemon Go trainers from the community. Now, they also announced that at the end of this event, we're going to have an event in Japan going on, and that's what this basically leads to. Thing is, there was one specific YouTuber that they didn't have in the video or invited to this event, and that is Trainer Tips. Now, that's a really big deal if you're someone who follows a whole lot of the whole Pogo community. They had the other big guys in there, but not him. So there's a lot of drama going around because of that. But one thing I want to say is that there's bigger things to focus on. Yes, it is crap, it is dumb of Niantic, but we're talking about a game developer here that makes a lot of stupid moves all the time. So let's start off with the most recent that everyone is basically just ignoring because, oh, we have an event going on. When Harry Potter Go, Wizards of whatever, Harry Potter Go. It's what we've been calling it since we had the inkling that it was going to drop in the first place. But since that was announced, Niantic has made a statement, and this was announced the week before last. They made a statement that they were going to have an announcement of a big update and key feature changes or whatever this last week, before this event happened. And then it never happened, and no one is any the wiser to it. You're probably thinking to yourself, Scoop, the event was the announcement or whatever. For one, it's not. For two, they still didn't even announce that till the day before the event on Sunday of the next week. They didn't even keep to what they said they were going to do. So, what does that say to the community about this game developer who flat out stated they would do that to reassure us that development was not going to be hindered by this Potter Go game? Let's step back a little bit further. X-Rayed. What the fuck's going on with those, right? Okay, guys, hold up. So, there's actually been a development in X-Rayed. Now, the video was already running pretty late, but it's running a little later now because I had to edit this in. So, X-Rayed battle changes. That's right. I guess we're done with the test phase. X-Rayed battles will take place most commonly at gyms found in parks and sponsored locations. Trainers with a high-level gym badge are more likely to be invited to X-Rayed battles taking place at that gym. I'm okay with these changes so far. Trainers who have completed a larger number of raid battles are more likely to be invited to X-Rayed battles. X-Rayed battle start times now take into account popular raid battle times at that gym. Trainers invited to X-Rayed battles will receive an in-game notification if an X-Rayed battle is canceled. They did talk about doing that. That was actually something that was found in code a little while ago, if I remember right. And trainers will receive Stardust and Premium Raid Passes when an X-Rayed battle is canceled. So, they've been paying attention, and these are better things. But my rant still holds true because the things they've done in the past are things that they have to make up for. So, back to it. Well, within my area, nothing. We haven't gotten another single one, and there's been at least another 3 rounds of X-Rayeds that have gone since that has happened, since our X-Raid happened. So it's like, why aren't we getting them? There's actually 1 round of X-Rays that was specifically focused on people that had never raided. What the... Raids... Ugh. X-Raids are supposed to be what you are like endgame grinding to or whatever. Like, that is the only high tier endgame content that we have as players, and that's something that is required in a game. Why the fuck would you give those to players that don't even raid? What type of raid team do you expect to show up to that? Let's step a little bit further back. The new raid bosses. What the fuck are you guys thinking with that? What does that do any good for the community? These are all things that everyone pretty well has, even if they are the rare tier. Like, let's go just a little bit further back. Legendary dogs sticking around for a month at a fucking time. After a little bit further back, they left the birds around for too long, and the community made it known that that was just, it wasn't appealing in the game at all. Like, for one, as a Pokemon trainer, they're supposed to have a rarity. For two, it was boring as hell. After the first couple raids, we didn't need them. You were raiding for the people that hadn't already gotten it. Let's jump a little bit further back. We'll skip over the 5.5 hour lure fiasco thing that happened last time that they put up lure mods because, well, I think they got that fixed. The gym rework system. What the fuck was that? Like, I understand the need to do it so that burying mattered and stuff like that, but what that really did was shit on the previously existing community of Pokemon Go that had stayed around and learned how to work that, learned how to play the game how they, originally intended, because it wasn't a full game when they released it or whatever. But they did that so that they could just attract new players. And they constantly do that. They're only focused on new players. What the hell do you think the new raid bosses are? Like, that's a big problem as far as keeping any sort of community, and Niantic doesn't care. All of these things, like, I could go all the way back to the 3-step glitch. But you guys have heard me rant about that enough times as it is. My point being that there's bigger problems in the game than who Niantic did or didn't invite to things. Even though, like I said, that was a really fucking crud move on their part. But they're a cruddy developer. They don't give a crap about Pokemon lore. They don't give a crap about rarity and stuff like that within the game. Like, they've just proven to not really care about this any more than a franchise that can be piggybacked off of for money. And why do you think all of a sudden with the Harry Potter Go thing, they couldn't even stick to what they said they'd do for us? Like, they're probably focused on that because, cha-ching, if they're not making the billions that they've made off of Pogo during hype times, they're not interested. And Harry Potter Go is going to be like that until, later on when the hype dies down, because they haven't developed a full game and never will learn how to do this, apparently. All ranting aside, now that I've gotten that out and, just tried to make my little statement, I am happy that there is some sort of event going on, because it is winter, it is cruddy out. We don't really want to go out to play for no reason when we have all these things anyway, and they're just going to be going on as it is. But I want to remind you guys as well, instead of demanding content and having them push things that aren't ready and whatever, that it did this last year. When it got to wintertime in the Northern Hemisphere, they died down, pushed out less stuff, and whatever. And, honestly, they could do better. I mean, look at Lynx. Lynx pushes stuff almost every week. And there's a lot of games that do that, and there's a lot of games that do it differently that do it well. Pogo could at least do events each month just based on type. They want to burn through things too fast, and then they want to slow it down. There's no pace. They need to keep a constant pace, and that's what the community needs from the game to keep it entertaining and going at a consistent manner for it to stay, for it to live. That's the thing. That's how video games work. Anyway, I'm getting to ranting again, so make sure that you guys are catching so that we can get Farfetch'd for everybody, because, well, that's pretty much the ultimate goal intended anyway. So, also, make sure if you guys like to comment, subscribe, share, whatever, the YouTube stuff down below, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace!